They've been playing really well. The better basketball team won tonight. I thought Kermit did a better job than I did having his team prepared. I thought they guarded us well. When you only have 8 two-point baskets in a basketball game, it's hard to win. So if I got out-coached and we got outplayed at, let's say, 3 or 4 positions, it's amazing we're even in the game with about 6 or 7 minutes left to go, or 8 minutes left to go in the game. That speaks to our character and our, and some of our resilience and the locker room that we have and the kids that we've got. I just, they outplayed us, and it was, no matter what I try to do in the last 11 days, there's just no way in practice you can duplicate the physicality and the pace of the game. And so it's a long layoff, and we looked like it. That's no excuse. We got outcoached and we got outplayed.
Bruce, you guys made a run at them. I think you got within 2, and then they came out of a timeout and put some buckets together. What happened from your perspective in those few minutes?
They made some buckets, and we had an opportunity to get a few stops. I actually think one time it may have been a second chance point. You get out rebounded like we got out rebounded pretty significantly. We had 21 defensive rebounds. They had 13 offensive rebounds. They got way too many of their misses. And so if you look up and down the roster, the guys that didn't do a very good job rebounding the basketball, it was an issue for us.
It looked like they were the more aggressive physical team tonight.
Yeah, they were more aggressive. They were more physical. They were tougher, they definitely had an edge. We were stuck behind them all night.
Bruce, obviously you're familiar with Kermit and his career and stuff, but for his what he did at Middleton, I mean, did you expect him to bring Ole Miss along this quickly?
Yeah, I think a couple things, and I haven't talked about this with Seth Greenberg and Kermit. This program now has won 20 games every year for the last how many years, except last year had a disappointing year. Andy left a really good team, and Kermit did a great job signing Buffin and Henson, those 2 guys. And then what Kermit was able to do was he was able to give them a little bit more discipline offensively. They are valuing possessions more. And Andy gave them a little bit more freedom, but as a result of some freedom, there were times that they would have empty possessions. You don't have empty possessions with Kermit. And I think that was, so he's plugged that in. And you can see they're terrifically offensively efficient. Kermit Davis is one of the best coaches in our country. I mean, we understand that. I've coached against him. I went against him 5 times at Tennessee, and this is my 4th time coaching against him at Auburn. So I've probably seen Kermit more than anybody else in our league. So I know it wasn't like we didn't know what he would do or how he did it. I thought we had an advantage inside. We didn't. And that was something that we'll have to improve on. But I'm not surprised that Kermit has got it turned around this quickly because he's got a good team. He's got a good roster.
Struggling inside, do you think that was a function of physicality? What was going on with Austin to have the night he did?
Yeah, you know what, he got to the free throw line, and he did a great job at the free throw line, but he obviously wasn't able to finish. And they double teamed him a couple times, but he only had 1 turnover. I thought they did a good job of, our post catches weren't deep enough. So whether it be Chuma, Horace, or Austin, our 3 primary post guys, most of their catches weren't where we like to get it in there, nice and tight. Well, with only 8 two-point baskets, we're going to work on that really hard. So pushed him up off the block, a little out of his comfort zone, brought the double team. The big kid's really physical in there behind him, and so I think the physicality of the SEC was something that we just have been able to duplicate.
First 5 or 6, 7 minutes, you guys, I don't know if you had a legitimate normal possession in the very beginning of the game. What was going on there? How do you attribute that?
I just think we didn't execute. We had some things that we wanted to do. When I go back and look back, I'm going to look back at some of those first 4 or 5 sets and go, he was open, he was open, he was open. We just didn't get it to him. So I can't tell you everything that we did wrong so that the next guy is going to read it and figure it out. Let's give Ole Miss the credit, and we got to get some things fixed. Great environment, great crowd, good for the league that Kermit Davis has got this program playing like they are.
Is that as loud as the environment as you've played here? I guess this was your third time. Was it noticeably different this time?
We played well here. I haven't always won. We won last year, and then 2 years ago we had a big lead and lost it. Yeah, I'd say this was probably the loudest it's been. Thought the crowd was really good. Without a full complement of students, they did a great job. Thanks, guys.